It's
By
stuff.
the way, what's that microphone? Just curious.
This is just my microphone for like calls. It's connected to my computer. Or which one is it? Are you asking?
Yeah.
I don't know. It actually came with my camera, but it's a DJI mic, so it's actually like I like it a lot. I don't know, but I have a ton of them, so I'm not sure which one this one is specifically. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. It comes with the Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, Osmo Pocket 3. If you buy like the creator bundle or whatever, then it comes with it.
All right.
But yeah, do you have a camera or anything?
Yeah, I got. I use my iPhone because I got an iPhone.
For
Upgraded
sure.
my phone.
Yeah. iPhones are nice, bro. They're
Yeah.
nice. They can make your camera look so freaking good. But like nobody ever uses them. I don't know why. People underestimate them for sure. But iPhones are chill. What time is it for you right now?
It's 6 p.m. 6
p.m.
p.m.
Sweet. Yeah, we got a little 6 hour time difference for me because for me it's 12. But I have a lot of clients that are like 6 hour time difference. So I'm used to it, man. I'm used to it. Do you have any clients that are like that are like far away from you?
Yeah, I've had a couple where I have one where he's in the United States, so
Sure.
it's a bit of a difference, but
Yeah.
not an issue.
Yeah, not an issue whatsoever. I just had a couple calls with some coaches who have like a 13-hour time difference. So that can be tough. That can be tough. But like run me through it, man. What are you ultimately trying to get out of this call today?
Yeah, so currently my main bottleneck, I'd say, is getting consistent, high quality converting leads, converting those leads, and I believe that issue is coming from the reels because personally the reels that have worked for me were those like viral talking heads with audio, not talking heads, audio with caption. That's it, audio with caption and comment for guide. And so they got a lot of Indians, and you know, I would say I got like 2,000 DMs, and perhaps out of those 2,000, I closed, let's say, 10. I don't know. I'm just saying out of my head. And that got me like 2 million views with those audio caption. They got me like 2,000 views for my VSL on YouTube. And that only got me one book call. But that book call was literally the highest client I got. So that's what I'm looking for. I want those beefs coming from YouTube. That's the
Yeah.
ultimate thing. Yeah.
100%, 100%. And like for those videos, like have you doubled down on them? Because like the biggest thing is if it works, like why fix it? You know what I mean? And there's subtle tweaks you can do so that it brings you better quality leads. You know what I mean? Because we don't want it to bring you a whole bunch of people if they suck.
Mhm.
But have you like redone that video and tried to tweak it or
Yeah,
not?
I have, and it got viral again because It works like the. It's just about the pain point of the viewer. It generally
Yeah.
works, but I think it's a lot of waste time, like on the DMs with low quality leads,
Sure.
and I think in your situation, like right now, you're blowing up. I saw that you
Mm-hmm.
got some really viral videos. I'm curious. For example, that one where you talk about 22 trades to be successful. That video went viral. Did you get many qualified leads from that video and
Yeah.
book calls and clients from it?
Yeah. I mean, I've started hundreds of qualified conversations like in the past few weeks with like my perfect ICP. We're booking right now around like 5-6 calls a day. And we have like around like a 50 to 60% close rate. So we're definitely getting clients from it. I think the thing is like I would argue it's not a content problem right now. It's probably a setting problem. Like if you have the leads there, it's the issue in which like actually getting through them. Because like do you feel like if you were able to like if you were able to get through those leads and qualify them faster and actually like book in all the people you do have, like, do you feel like that would do better? Or if you got a video do well that brought you like slightly more leads? Like, I would argue that you have the leads there. If you got 2,000 conversations started, you just need to be qualifying them faster and more efficiently and better, because like it doesn't take long to book someone in for a call. I mean, we have people that came in for me who like came into the pipeline yesterday with a video. They just liked the video yesterday and they're booked in for a call today. So it does not take
Yeah.
long. I think that's like the biggest thing is like, it is like, I would say if you are getting leads in from it, but you're not booking all of the leads that you get, like all the qualified leads that you get, then you're better off to focus on that than just get in a whole bunch of new leads anyways, if you're not booking them properly. Makes sense?
Yeah, it does. But
So
do you
that's
feel like
yeah.
do you feel like that somebody entered yesterday, you already got them booked in? Do you generally feel like they will close? Because personally, I believe, and from my experience, like we gotta nurture them more. If they aren't like, they just came in from yesterday, it's gonna be very hard.
I think that's again like a limiting belief. Some of my best clients never even watched a YouTube video, and they're some of my best performing people. Like River, for example. River came, he saw one of my videos. We booked him onto a call for the very next day. He joined the program just 3 weeks ago, and he went from 0 to 6K a week in 3 weeks. So, and he never watched a YouTube video. And it just goes to show like everyone is different. Some people do need nurturing. Some people do. But that's kind of for your job to discover in the DMs if you feel like they do. But realistically, you can send them YouTube videos after they book in. After they book in, you can send them the YouTube videos. You can have them watch. And if it's a high quality person, they're going to watch all the videos that they can. So like, let me walk you through quick the process that we're actually taking people through. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, I found the issue of, when I go for the booking in, because they just came from a reel, like they just saw Bitly one reel, they don't take it serious. They don't know who I am. Like if somebody hopped on my DMs and I only saw one reel of them, I wouldn't hop on a call with them either, I believe.
Right. It all comes down to the setting process 100%. Because if you do your setting 100% properly, nobody won't book. Like right now,
Okay.
I believe we have like an almost 100% like booking rate when we pitch, and we're pitching almost every conversation. So let me show you the actual process that we take them through. So this is a video like yours, where this video got in, and we have 700 DMs from this video with only it only has 100,000 views right now. I posted it a week ago, and it brought in like tons of people, right? Just like yours. So the process that we're taking people through right now, let me show you. We'll do like this guy, for example, maybe. I think so. He swiped out for the video, right? Boom, boom. He watched the video and then instantly came back and said that he wants to scale, right? So one, the video needs to be really good. But then I reached out to him. I asked him, well, how to watch any video. He said he wants to scale. I said, what are you trying to scale up to? I'm getting his goal, right? I'm then getting the pain. And once I have the pain, he actually booked in himself from that. This was a bad example. I didn't know he booked in himself. He actually booked in himself. And now we have him like for a call on Friday, like next Friday. So let me show you an example of
Yeah, that's really good. It's inbound. It came nurtured.
yeah. That was kind of a too good to be true situation. Okay, let me look, because I can't filter on here. On my phone I can like filter by booked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On here I can't. Let's see this guy.
By the way, how do you make the voice audios to appear on text, like in your screen?
Oh, you click view transcription, and then it'll pop down. It like has to load it. But okay, this one, for example, this one isn't even a lead magnet. This one is straight up just like warm outreach. He liked the video, reached out. He said it was helpful. I said, where are you from? Right. I'm like qualifying by location. If you're qualifying by location and they're from a third world country like that, they don't have money, just stop the conversation there.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't need to have it go any further. I think that's where a lot of people waste times. They go through the conversation, like just cut it off there, like it and don't answer. I asked them what he does for work to qualify again. He said what he does for work. Boom. I sent him over. I'll send you over a video going over real quick. So I sent him over a video because he was looking to like scale up, right? So I sent him over a video to nurture. This is nurturing right here. So he kind of explained what he's trying to do. He said, thank you. Amazing. What are you trying to scale to? Getting kind of a goal. He said he's trying to learn it. I said, you got a number in mind? He didn't really have one. So I moved on to pain. He said his pain. I then, I don't know, I said something about it. But he answered, right? But I dived more in depth. Then I said, good, how many calls, right? I'm going more. I'm building the gap. After I build the gap, I said, watch the YouTube videos. And then after that, we're just normal talking right here. I said, curious if you're trying to scale up, why have you not joined anyone? He said, because I started a few weeks ago. I said, yeah, my client River, right? Because River just joined 3 weeks ago. He's at 6K. And then I pitched as soon as I have the pain, as soon as I know that like he has pain, he knows their solution. I pitch it. He said he'd be up for it, and then we booked him in. Like this all took place. He like reached out Saturday, and we got him booked in yesterday. So it was like 3 days, 4 days, not even. Yeah, like 3 days. And he's like highly qualified. Like he's a fitness coach. He just started, but he posts fitness content. He's financially qualified. He's looking to scale up.
And you don't think he will, on this call we will have a lot of objections because he's like new, let's say. Don't you think?
No, because why would he? My content is dialed. Like if your content is good, they're going to be watching the content in between. Like for example, this guy right here, Henrique. Okay, let me show you our conversation.
Because I think my concern is like, yes, I can get a quick call with them right now, and perhaps I could close them for like $200, but they're not yet at the value point of pitching 2K or 3K.
Yeah, I think that's just a limiting belief. Like, because yes, sometimes people do take further nurturing, but they don't take further nurturing for you to pitch 2K. Realistically, you should be able to pitch 2K to anyone in a first world country for basically anything they should close. Like, if your content is dialed, your sales are dialed, like, I mean, you should have a 100% close rate for 2K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think what isn't dialed in my point is like the reels. But you kind of said reels don't really matter. You just gotta get them in the DMs a bit.
yeah, because you're gonna build connection and you're gonna send them to the YouTube. So like, look at this one. He liked the video, okay, or he followed. I reached out instantly. This was Saturday. He we just build rapport. We're talking about like California. Then I instantly go into like, sweet, where you're trying to grow to. He said, been aiming to grow a personal brand. I said, I'm in on the coaching side of things. He said he wants to develop his journey, blah, blah, blah. I asked him what he's trying to scale to, and he said 6 figures. Then I said, and look, at this point, he doesn't even know I coach. So you would assume like, oh, there's no way this guy is closing. We closed him. But I'm going to walk you through that. Said, yes, sir. Like 3 to 6 months from now, like what are you trying to scale to? He said 20 to 30K. So I said, or he said 25 to 10 soon. 20, 30 is ideal. I said, why that specifically? Right. So now after that, I'm going into pain, right? So after I get the goal, I'm going into pain. We're just talking about my client right here. Then I asked him something along the lines of, wait, let me show you right here. So I said, like, how's it going for you, like, so far? He said that it's like not going good, blah, 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 blah. I then swiped out, and I told him, because he actually asked about River in one of the voice messages. So I told him a little bit about River. After that, I basically just pitched right here. Let me see what it is right here. I said, you're good, bro. On the coaching side of things, I can definitely point you in the right direction with it. Let's book you in a call and walk you through the same process we took River through. He said, yeah, we pitched, and then we just closed him. And these are our conversations after, because he closed like the day after. We had like sent him the videos for him to get nurtured. He said he's been watching all the YouTube videos. Like, it doesn't take long, man. And I think it's the fact that, like, sometimes the less time people are in DMs, the easier it is to actually close them, because it's still new, and that's good. You want it to be new sometimes, where it's like they're in the moment and they're going to be like more likely to go through it. If they just saw your video, they just felt something from it, and you instantly started a conversation with them, like, rather than just following up when they don't even remember watching your content, like, that's kind of an issue. And I think, like, we've been booking people in, almost every person, with like a 60% close rate, 70% close rate. And we've been booking them in all from a few days of them like coming into the content. So you don't need to have them especially because you're not even charging high amounts. If you're charging, like, to really have someone need to sit in the pipeline for months, you need to be charging like 10K plus. If you're charging 2K, you could find someone on the streets, offer them it, and if your sales skills are decent, you can close them. So I think that's like the biggest thing for you. It's like a big limiting belief. Like, in reality, like, for an adult with like full-time like job, or like even like a teenager with like a side job, like, if someone sees something that they see as valuable, they don't need to sit on it. They don't need to think about it. Like, they're gonna see it's valuable and do it. You know what I mean? Like, if I sat here right now and I was like, I'm gonna give you a Ferrari that cost $1 million, but I'm gonna give it to you for 10K, find a way to get $10,000. You know what I mean? You wouldn't sit there and think about it. You wouldn't weighing out the pros and cons. You'd be like, yeah, like, I see the value. Why not go for it?
Yeah.
And I think that's where you're kind of like, that's the point that you're lacking. It's that you're not booking calls because you think you can't yet. But why not? You know what I mean? Have you tried? Have you tried to just see how many calls you can book in a day?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so how many, just for as an example for me to get it, how many DMs do you like go for in a day? How many books you go for in the day, pitch in the day? How
So
are you going?
we've been booking the past few days like 3 to 6 a day. 3 to 6 like highly qualified calls
Okay.
of people who have like minimum $5,000 saved up. Just like highly qualified calls. People who are like perfect ICP. And like the thing is, like, I wouldn't put a number on how many DMs to send, how many do this. Put a number on how much money you want to make, and then reverse engineer, okay, how many calls do you actually have to book? And then just don't stop doing DMs until you do that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of it, man. Like, how
Yeah.
many, like, how long are you spending in DMs right now? Because like, you can get views. You know you can get views. You know you can bring in leads. But like, how long are you actually spending in DMs right now?
So a thing I've had is like time management, like balancing, making content, DMs, program. And the thing I was lacking was program. So this week I said I'm just gonna make the program the best program ever, and then we can start focusing on something else. But I would say on average, like excluding this, I'd say I spend 3 hours doing DMs a day.
And I think like if you're spending 3 hours doing DMs a day and you're not really booking any calls, then it's just a problem with the actual DM process. Like, it probably is that you're just trying to like heavily like nurture longer. Like, in reality, sending them a YouTube video, sending them 2 YouTube videos, like, that's enough nurturing. That's enough nurturing for some people to pay like, I don't know, 10,000 for something. It depends on what it is. And like you clearly get people results and you've had a good transformation yourself. I think the biggest thing is like you need to be speeding up that process, because everything is about speed. If you can speed up in which the process that they go through the buyer's journey, they know about the pain point, they know their solutions. As soon as they know that they're having a problem and they know there's a solution, like you can pitch, because it doesn't get better than that. Sure, they're slightly more convinced, but you can walk through that on the call. Like they don't need to
Okay.
be spending like weeks watching
Yeah,
content.
I get it. And it's true. But at the same time, when I pitch the call, it makes a lot of sense, and they just say, "Oh, I don't have time." They just make up some bullshit, or just give me some advice, objections in the DMs.
Yeah,
How
and
does this make sense, man?
that just means you're not doing it correctly. Like as like blunt as it is,
Mm-hmm.
like you're just doing the DMs wrong. And like you need to be creating the urgency, but you need to be having them create the urgency. If they're not excited to book that call, then like then why would they book? You know what I mean? Like it's again the thing of like really showing, like if you knew, like I said, that I had a Lamborghini for you and I was going to give it to you for like $10,000, and I was like, oh, but we got to hop on a call and I can walk you through it. Like, why would you ever say no to that? You know what I mean? Like versus if I was like, yeah, I got a beater car and like you don't even need a car right now and I'm going to like overcharge you for it, you'd be like, I'm not even going to hop on the call. Like it's about that. You need to build urgency and you need to have them build the urgency. And that's a big thing that like a lot of people don't do properly in all sales in general. But if you're not getting people sold on the emotional side of it, and sold logically, where you actually know they want to get this solved now. If I knew that I wanted to get any problem solved right now and I knew someone else had the solution for me, why would I ever not talk to them?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I knew they were going to pitch me, so what? I want my
Okay.
problem solved. And if you want it solved bad enough, like, so what if they're going to pitch?
Okay. And wouldn't you say that can be a problem in the content in like my Instagram, because it's not like optimized? I just kind of post randomly, so people can see my profile. My posts, they see it's kind of random, so they won't see me as that person that will just solve their problems. That's why they're not maybe booking in.
Yeah, you can 100% use content to do it. I would say like the biggest thing is that with my content, people come to me and I haven't had an objection in months. Like I genuinely have not had a single objection in months, and it's because I solve it with the program. The only objection I've ever had was like if someone genuinely did not have any money to their name and they need to save up, right? But I've never had I've never had like a, oh, I don't have time, or like I'm gonna try it on my own, or anything along those lines, because I solve those in the content. Like every single objection someone has ever said to me, I solve them in the content, so that when people are watching the content, right, like they're going to subconsciously get these objections solved and realize why they're not the case. And while I do this over time, like people just have no objections. And in the YouTube videos too, the YouTube videos solve those objections. I'm very strategic with which YouTube videos I show them, right? Like I'll show them a video specifically of the objection or of the thing that they're dealing with that they think they need solved. Like not just the like practical thing they need solved, but also the limiting belief that I need to have solved for them, right? And I think that's like the biggest thing. Like, and even if people know that I'm sending them a YouTube video because it's gonna solve their limiting belief, like so what? Then they wouldn't watch it if they didn't want it to happen. You know what I mean? So I think it's simply the fact of like content helps 100%. Like content is huge, but you also need to understand the setting process better, because like there's people who cold call and book people onto calls. You know what I mean? They don't have
Mm-hmm.
content. Now content does help a lot, and content is like the biggest lever you can pull in total, but like the DMs is your A+ problem right now, and it's the thing you need to get solved ASAP. So that would be the next thing that I really
Yeah.
focus on.
So how many outreaches would you say you do a day? You're doing
Uh,
right now to get those 2 to 6 calls booked in a day, as you
yeah,
said.
yeah. Right now we're doing none. We get around like 30 inbounds a day right now. But like when we were doing outbound, it was probably around like a minimum 50 a day.
Okay, like that dude who like your video, you reached out.
Or follows, yep.
Okay, would you recommend doing that? Doesn't that take out that authority and it's just wasting a lot of time? Like it's not high leverage.
Yeah, but like right now, like you don't have like the choice to do high leverage tasks. Right now you have to do what makes money, man. And like I have a setter now. I'm not the one doing that. You know what I mean? I'll do like some DMs here and there, but I have a setter that does that. But at the beginning, like, man, I was doing all myself. I was doing more. I was doing 100 outreach a day, every single day. And it like wasn't until the point I got so good at the DM, so good at the setting that I could book people in for a call like every single time that I could actually cut back on how much outreach I was doing. But like at the beginning, you don't have like the luxury of not doing high leverage tasks. And if you're not reaching out to every single person who interacts with your video, you're just doing yourself a disservice because some people need you to reach out. They're never going to, ever, even if they would buy. So like, why not reach out to every person? You know what I mean? What we did when like we had like a 22 rules for success video. We have 171,000 likes on that right now. And we've reached out to thousands of people who liked that video. Thousands. If not like almost 10,000. We have like my setter sitting in the DMs all day long after he books in calls doing outreach because you need to start those touch points. And like the issue is if you don't have enough conversations going, you don't have enough chances to even book calls. So you need to be actually starting this because you never know. Like for example, when I was fitness coaching, because I fitness coached first, I
Yeah.
was charging 7.5K for fitness coaching. Okay. And it sounds so crazy, but I was. And I did the same thing. I had a video go viral. And this was kind of what broke the limiting belief for me. I had a video go viral. And it was a video that I wasn't even very proud of, but it went extremely viral. I reached out to every single person. I was like, you know what? This time I'm just going to reach out to everyone, even if it looks like a bot account, even if they've never posted, if they've never said anything, I'm just going to reach out to all of them. I reached out to a guy named Jesse Malnick. Okay. And we booked him onto a call. The second we were in DMs, we opened the DMs. He had no posts. He never did anything. He just liked one video. I asked him what his goal was. We walked through his pain. We booked him onto a call, and he was a millionaire. His dad was a billionaire, and we had him piff. After never watching a YouTube video, after never like seeing my content before, it was that we built urgency and we built the trust in the DMs and on that call where I could have pitched 10K for the fitness coaching he would have bought. And it's the fact that like that's happened with people who aren't millionaires. Like that's happened with the average ordinary people where like they see the value. And like if you aren't getting people to piff when the program costs more than they have, then like your program just isn't like strong enough, or you're not positioning it strong enough in the DMs. You're not building enough urgency. And that's the thing. Like we had someone just a few days ago close, and he only had like a fifth of what the program costs, like in his bank account. That's all he had. And we financed it out and got him on. And like the reason that we did is because like the urgency was there, and because our program is good, and like we have like an 80-90% of people right now make minimum 3K within the first like week or two joining. You know what I mean? Like I said, River literally went from 0 to 6K a week in 3 weeks. Riley went from 0 followers with only 30 followers. He made 3K his first week. Carter did the same. Chase closed 6 clients. Like all within the first couple weeks. So I'm able to take that bet of like getting people on, like, because I know my program is there. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's there. And you should be the same level of confidence in your program where you're confident pitching like these like quote unquote high numbers to people, even if they don't necessarily like have a ton of money to spend, because that program should solve a big problem for them. And if you're simply just solving these surface level problems, why would they ever pay? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
So it's about that
The
like slight positioning.
Yeah, in terms of that urgency, when I ask in the DMs, I do, what's making you want to change this now? Or why change this now? Something like that. Why do you actually want to change this now? And I can tell by their answer, like, okay, this guy is going to close because he has a deep urgency. Like, you can just tell. But then other people, they just say some, like, they don't even answer. They kind of dodge the question, or they just, it isn't like clear, I want to change this now because of this situation. I have like a wedding. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how do you go about that?
Here's the thing though. Asking them why they want to change now isn't creating urgency. That only
Mhm.
works if they already have it. If I
Yeah.
ask you like why do you want to like why do you want to scale your fitness coaching business right now? Like versus if I were to first go through and establish and create the urgency. If you go to someone and you're like I'm going to give a super surface level like example, but like if I'm like why do you want to like clear your skin and get jacked now to a random person, right? And they're like, "Oh, I mean, I don't know, like I don't really want to." Versus if I go in there and I'm like, "Where are you trying to get?" I get a deep emotional goal where we know exactly what they're trying to hit. And then we know I go into, well, what have you tried so far that hasn't worked? Right? They're going to tell me what they tried that haven't worked. Like, how long has it been that you were like trying that? How long have you actually been dealing with this? You're getting them to build it themselves. Like, I rarely ask the question like, why do you want to change this now at the end of the DMs? Because you should already have that urgency built up where they should be wanting to answer you. You should already know they want to change it now, right? Within the first couple questions, you should know if they want to change it now. And I think that's like, it's like your job as a coach to build that urgency at the start, because like in reality, like if you go to a fat person and like you ask them, why do you want to change weight? Most of them won't, but it's because they don't have enough of a wake-up call and they don't have enough of a reason to. You have to build that reason in the DMs. So I never, like rarely ask, why is this important that you get handled now? Or why do you want to change now? Until we're already like on a sales call. Because like just hopping onto a call, it's like a big thing, but it's not like huge. You simply might be positioning it wrong, where you're like, oh, let me walk you through my program. And if you're positioning it where they're straight up feel like, oh, like he's in it for the money versus like he's here to help me, like they feel that. And I think you almost need to go into DMs as well with like a different mindset of like, I'm talking to my friend that I know is struggling with this. Like, how do I give him that wake up call? Because if you went to your friend and you asked him, like, why do you want to get this handled now? Versus if you went to your friend and you asked him, like, man, like, how long have you been dealing with this? Because I've helped someone through the exact same thing and I want to help you too. Like, the difference in urgency in that alone is like insane. So that's why I would argue that setting is your A+ problem right now. If you have people in the DMs and you're not able to close people, if you're not able to book people within like 2 weeks, if you can't book someone in 2 weeks and your offer is like a few $1,000s, then you're not going to book them in. They're not a high quality client. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be the biggest thing that I like really focus on. I would focus heavily on DMs and heavily on like making sure that you are having them really build up that urgency, because like ultimately like that needs to be established, but it needs to be established by them. Like if you just ask them a question and ask like, why is it important that you get handled now? That's like a surface level. Like, yeah, I asked that at the beginning of a sales call, but that's not where the urgency is built. The urgency is built in the other questions and with them actually realizing that it needs to be handled now. Because like, what would their life look like if it wasn't?
Yeah. I have some good DMs, like I can show you. And like you can clearly tell the DM process was good because I've literally had some sales guy review it and he said it's good, but the guy just left it on scene. And I don't. Maybe it's just like a numbers game, and okay, this dude left it on scene. Screw him. So, how many DMs would you say you pitch and you don't close? Yes, you get like 2 to 6 booked calls, but how many would you say they don't do much? They don't close.
I'd say like 90% book.
Okay.
Like we almost never have someone not book unless we just screwed up in the DMs. But like the only reason people don't book like is if that urgency isn't built. Otherwise they will. They're gonna book in a heartbeat. They're gonna, like I showed you, go out of their way to book in the middle of your conversation because they want to so bad. And like that's the level of urgency that you need to build. But you need to build that in the DMs too, but also in your content. So like your DMs need to be your sole priority right now because that's where the money is. You have money sitting in the DMs right now. But at the same time, you need to be working on your content and building up that urgency because like I've looked at your content a little bit, but I've never seen a video where you've talked about like what happens if you don't change. Right. And like maybe you have posted one, but if I've never seen one, probably not enough. And if
Yeah.
I've never seen it and like I have your content pop up, like most people in your DMs probably haven't either.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, I would focus on like those few things. But yeah, like send over, you can share a screen real quick if you want to go through a conversation. I can review like one or
Yeah.
two.
I can. Yeah.
Curious, man. Like if you've been like, because we've been hopping on some calls for like a few months now. Yeah, like why have you not joined any program yet?
Yeah. So the time we went on a call last time, we had just joined some sales program, and honestly, I kind of regret that
Really?
because I'm into coaching, like as you, and me joining a program where everybody's like high ticket sales or trying to join this offer and like they're talking about interviews, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't need this.
Yeah. That makes sense for
So
that kind.
yeah,
Why haven't you joined like a mentorship or anything?
yeah. In terms of like as of right now, I literally do not have the money. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like that, the financial side.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
To be honest, like yours is probably when I have the money, the one I'm going for, man.
Yes.
Because you're literally here on a call with me, helping me out.
Yes, sir, bro.
Okay,
Let's run
can you
through
see
these
my
DMs.
screen?
Yep. I like that you mark them. I do the same thing. Wait, biggest thing that I saw like right now is like already, like why are these leads going so long without being reached out to? Like 4 weeks or like a week, 2 weeks of not being like reached out to.
So,
That
god damn it, yeah. Yeah, so I'll show you this one because this one
yeah.
is new.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this one is old. It's June, so my DM wasn't good.
Yeah. Do you have a more recent one?
Yeah. Okay, I'll show this one.
Okay. can't believe it. You can keep scrolling. The biggest thing is like you need to be getting both like a logical and an emotional goal, right? So like on the surface level, this is right where you're going from goal to pain, like, but like really you need to be getting like a deep logical goal where you have like a set, like tangible things he's trying to get, and then an emotional goal of like, what is that actually going to do for him when he does complete it? Because that's what you base the whole conversation on. And that's like what you base the whole, like the pains on too, right? I think like it's just the fact of like you're trying to do it more so of like the perfect framework of like, okay, goal to pain to like whatever. But sometimes you need to like take a step back and ask a second question. So like even though my DMs don't have a ton of questions, the reason that they don't have a ton of questions is because I ask like the right questions, but I'm asking more than just like, what is your goal? What has not worked? And because I'm asking the right ones, it takes less. So by taking a little bit of extra time to go from like, oh, what is your goal? Okay, like what exactly do you think that would do for you? Right? How would it actually feel if you got there? And like then into pain, like how long have you actually been wanting to get to that goal? And like what if you tried specifically that like hasn't worked yet? Well, why haven't you tried this, right? Like spread the gap to really build urgency. But like looking at that one real quick, and obviously that's just one example, so it doesn't speak for everything. Like you need to go more into like the goal 100% and get like tangible things that he will have when he completes it, and like exactly how he will feel when he does it, and like why he doesn't feel that way now. Because otherwise, like you'll never have enough urgency to actually pitch these high numbers because it doesn't matter enough. He's just trying to fix his skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so yeah, that's something I've never thought about. Like I only ask about, oh, how much muscle you want to build, for example, and they say, oh, 2 kg, 3 kg, and I and then I try to be more specific. Oh, what exactly is that? You want veins to be popping out of your abs? But I never got that emotional. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how? What question do you recommend to get that emotional goal?
The biggest thing that I do is like, well, let's say it for this. I'm gonna give you like an in-person example of like what I do in the DMs, and then we can convert it to fitness coaching. But for you, like, what are you trying to scale your business to?
10K per month
10K per month.
as of right now.
Yeah. Like, and why 10K per month, man?
Because I want to leave my house
You wanna leave your house
and
and
uh, and go to Bali. Let's say,
go to Bali.
yeah,
Do you feel like you need 10K per month to do that?
no, like 5K.
Exactly. So like what specifically about 10K like resonates with you? Like why that number?
Okay, 5K to. I want to make 10K to spend 5K on a family trip, and then the rest 5K to go to Bali.
Sure. So it's more so about like 5K could get you kind of like the bare minimum, but like you don't want to stand for that. It's like you want to get 10K so that you can like do stuff with your family, do stuff for you, and kind of like live the life that like I guess you probably see online and like see that other people are living.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like if you like had 10K right now, right? Like, let's say I handed you, you knew I was gonna hand you 10K a month every single month. Like, how do you think you'd actually like feel?
I'd feel good
Yeah, why is that?
because I'd have that freedom, no more anxiety, let's say.
Yeah. Do you think like freedom is pretty important to you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Where do you think that stems from?
It comes from not wanting others to control me, and I can just be fully myself.
100%. So like, would it be fair to say like, or from the sounds of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, like you want to get 10K not just because like not because you need 10K to live, right? You could live off five. You could live good off five, but it's more so like kind of like the providing for your family and things, and like setting yourself up so that you know like you have the freedom, you push yourself, and like I guess mostly like you are living the best life you can. You're not taking stuff from other people. You're doing it on your own. Is that kind of about right?
Yeah,
Exactly right. Like, and see, right now you're actually feeling it. You're actually thinking about it, right?
yeah, yeah.
Versus if I were just to say, what are you trying to scale to? 10K. Sweet. What hasn't been working? All right. And then like you're not going to go as in depth. But if we go into that and then I ask you like why do you feel like you haven't hit 10K yet? Or like what have you tried that isn't working? Like that's where they're actually going to drop their pain, right? And it's not that like you don't want to think about it as like you're doing something to them. You are doing it for them. You are the coach. It is literally your job to make someone realize all sides of the spectrum. So when I'm talking to a coach, I don't think like when I'm talking to you, I don't think like, oh, I need to ask this question so then he's more likely to close. I need to ask the question so that you actually understand, you actually are thinking about what you want. Because if you're not actually thinking about what you want, you're not going to make the same decisions and you're not actually going to reach those goals. I think that's the biggest thing. You need to realize that you're doing this for them. You're not doing it to them. And like ultimately you started this to help people. So if you're in DMs and you're just feeling like, okay, I need to ask the next question so I can get to the sale, like they're going to feel that. And that's when they drop off. But like
Yeah, yeah.
right there,
So,
like you could see what it's like to the emotional factor of it too. And if anything, the emotional factor like should be bigger because that's what people really make decisions on.
yeah, that's very true. I can show you a DM. I believe that was the exact problem it happened.
Yeah, let's see it. How much are you charging right now for your coaching?
Okay, 2.5 for 3 months, 3K for 6.
That's not bad.
How much is? How much are you charging?
Bro, we talk about that
If
on
you
the
can
call.
say.
Nah, we talk about it on the call. No, I'm just kidding. Right now we're in the midst of kind of changing it up. So we're actually like determining like a set price today, but it's just kind of based on numbers we want to hit. So I have a call later today with my setter and we're going to walk through like the numbers we're trying to hit and then actually like do a new price. But we're going to be raising it. We're going to be raising it pretty soon. Like right now we have a set price, but we're looking at doing a price raise like very soon, almost doubling. So that's why we're getting a lot of people in now rather than later.
Yeah, I believe I can get my money up and before you do that. So we'll see.
Yes, sir, man. Out of full transparency, just so I can like let you know if
Mhm.
you're like a lost cause. I'm just kidding, but like how much do you actually have right now?
Yeah, my full transparency. I genuinely just dropped all my money into a brand new PC because my like I would open Google and the PC would crash, man. So
Oh
I
shit.
really had to get a PC that was like top priority there.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So zero basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Bro, have you closed a few clients with the new DM stuff and then we'll get you on. We'll get you cooking. All right. We'll
Of
get you
course.
cooking, man. But let's
I'll
run
show
through it.
you I'll show you a DM here, which I'm not it kind of goes with what you said of the emotional side of things.
Yeah, let's run it.
Can you see?
Yep. Let me pin it so it's bigger on my screen, actually. Okay, I can see. One thing is like you're not even qualifying. Like in none of these, like it was like somewhat an inbound, so like that's good. But like I would be qualifying in like unless it's extremely clear from their profile that they have money. Like qualify.
Yeah, these two these.
Okay.
Like he
Yeah.
has traveling pictures and stuff.
Okay, good. Let's see. Wait, go back up to the top quick.
Yeah.
When you went to the goal aged. Yeah, like you got like a goal like or well, I mean you didn't get a goal. Did you get a goal in a second?
Well, I kind of assume though it's Queer Skin because he's asking for the guide for Queer Skin.
But even that here, wait, let me share my screen quick. So let me know you can see this.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So this guy literally inbounded, and I still asked what his goal was. So, like, highly qualified, like 40,000 followers. He's a fitness coach, and I still asked him what his goal was, because, like, it doesn't like you still can't assume. Because what if his goal was like he just had like a tiny bit of acne he was trying to fix, or he was trying to gain just a little bit of muscle? You don't know. Versus what if he has like absolutely terrible acne that he's like literally going to the doctor for, and he's like obese. Like obviously you can see it from the picture, but like it's an example. Like you need to be asking the goal. You can't skip processes. Like you can't skip steps in the DMs because they're all there for a reason. Like if someone came to a car dealership and they were asking to buy a car, you would still ask them what they're planning to use the car for. Like you wouldn't just instantly try to sell them a car. Like if you went to a car dealership and they were just like, what's not working with your current car that has you wanting to get a new one? Like versus like, what are you looking for today? Right? Like it's different. It just feels so much more like salesy. And like you need to follow the process of like goal, emotional goal, then like what's not working, so then you can get the urgency and pitch. But like as soon as they know, like as soon as you have the goal and the emotional goal, you figure out what's not working and how long it's not been working for. That creates urgency, and that creates a problem. As soon as they're solution aware, like they know there is a solution and that it's not just like, oh, I just need to keep trying what I'm trying, that's when you can pitch. Because it doesn't get better than that. Sure, they see more proof, they're more nurtured, but like in reality, they can get nurtured in a day watching your YouTube videos back to back. I send people like minimum 2 YouTube videos to watch before every single call, sometimes 3, and they watch them all every single time.
Do you tend to do a call out the inconsistency in the DMs so you can see their limiting belief in the DMs? What has been holding them back? Let's say they say, "Oh, I have a job, lack of time,"
Mm-hmm.
and you tell them it's not a lack of time issue; it's a lack of organization, time management issue. Like you give them that epiphany in the DM.
What I do is I show, don't tell. And what I mean by that is if I have someone who's dealing with something, instead of trying to convince them that they're wrong, I'll just prove them that they're wrong by showing them a client result. So like, let's say they're like, oh, I just need to get more followers. Like I literally just need more followers and need more conversations. Okay, well, Riley has 30 followers and he's making more money in a week than you are in a month. And right there, it shifts. Or it just takes time. Like it just takes time to ramp it up and start coaching. All right, well, River went from 0 to now he's making 6K a week in 3 weeks, and he wasn't even coaching before. Like And obviously I don't say it so bluntly, but like you have to show, not tell. So the biggest thing is like, if you're just trying to convince someone of something, that's never going to work. That's why in sales calls, you should never be convincing them of anything. You should be having them answer the questions. Like a perfect DM process, a perfect sales call is where you are only asking questions, nothing else, just questions. And that is the perfect process that you can go through, because people want to make the decisions themselves. And if they feel like they're being pressured in any way, like they're not going to do it. You know what I mean? Because like, even going back, like, because the Lamborghini or Ferrari example is good. If I had a Ferrari and I said I'm going to give it to you for 10K, and then I was trying to say like it's a great deal, why are you not doing it? Like, you like do it. Why are you not doing it? You might as well. Versus like, all right, like I have this Ferrari, I'm going to give it to you for like 10K, take it or leave it. You're much more likely to do it if I'm saying like take it or leave it, because you know the value is already there. Like, assuming you already know that there's no problems with it, right? It's like, it's perfectly checked over, peak specs, you can check it out, and I'm giving it to you for $10,000. Versus, yeah, like there's like a Ferrari here, like just buy it, like buy it. It's only 10K, like please, like why not? Are you, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that. But I think having those like extreme examples in mind would kind of show you like that's what your prospects feel like when you're like, what is your goal? Okay, well, what hasn't been working? Oh, well, why do you want to solve that now? Okay, let's hop on a call. Like, you need to go like, yes, you need to understand the process and you need to follow the guidelines, but you shouldn't be going like script for script in the questions. Like straight up goal to straight up like what's not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll show you like one I got today, and you can kind of tell me, if I'm going the right direction here.
Okay.
So this dude, I have been talking with him for a long time. I tried booking him in like multiple times. He just gave some bullshit, probably excuse, like saying he was in a hospital or something. Who knows? Okay, but he reached out to me like today.
Okay. Maybe I just want a quick question. How are you, by the way? I saw your video. Do you do anything about rice?
So here we got a physical goal. I don't have an emotional goal, I'd say.
Yeah, what's your goal? But like, because like I have pretty good skin after watching it. Pimples on the edge of my lips. I'd also uniform colored skin. I like fix that too. Okay. Yeah. Keep going.
It stopped here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I would literally unsend those and go into emotional goals. So he has said also have uniform colored skin. My neck is quite darker than my face. I'd like to fix that too. Yeah, for this skin stuff, it can be tough because like it's like so obvious why they want it fixed, right? Because like it's a thing that like nobody wants. So I would go through and I'd be like, yeah, like, and kind of reassure it and be like, yeah, getting like the pimples fixed, getting that like will really improve your look. Like, I'm curious, are you just like, what has you actually wanting to like fix that specifically? Because then he's going to go through and it's going to be the more emotional side where he's going to be like, oh, I just hate it. Like, I hate how it has me looking. I hate this, and that. And then you can go into like, yeah, I mean, like, how do you think it would like feel if you had like all of that cleared up? If your skin was like perfectly natural, you had not even like blemishes, anything like that. Your skin was all like, the same, everything like that. Like, how do you think that would feel? Like, if you woke up tomorrow, looked in the mirror, what would you feel, man? Just so I can kind of see where you're sitting. He's going to sell himself right there. And that's like the thing that you're missing in all of these. Like, there's no urgency whatsoever that they're building themselves. And that's like a big thing that you need to have them do.
Yeah. I once got a guy close, like he just came into my DMs and he was like essentially crying, so emotional, like I'm getting bullied, whatever. And it was the easiest close ever. But
Yeah.
sometimes even these super emotional closes, they aren't the best because then the client 2 weeks later isn't following anything. They just bought out of like emotional reason.
And that's why you just got to be able to kind of tell, like, that's something that you just got to be honest with, or like honest with yourself with. Like, is this person actually going to do it? Like, do they genuinely want to solve it and they've tried stuff to solve it before? Like, I would say, like, I typically don't take people on that, like, haven't tried anything. Like, if they haven't tried anything, they could be the most emotional ever. They could piff. But if they're not going to do anything, like, why take them on?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the thing where you just have to, like, deal with it. And, like, at the beginning, you don't have as much leeway because you kind of have to, like, take what you're given. But, like, when you go on, like, that's like a big thing. Like, you should only be taking on people that you're like, yeah, this person is going to do what I say. They're going to implement and they're going to get results. I don't pitch if I don't think someone is going to like fully implement what I say. And like a lot of the time they don't, right? Let's be honest. A lot of time people will get coaches and don't implement stuff, right? But like, so that means you have to go above and beyond and only take on people that you're like, okay, this person is going to do the work.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this one, I would right now say something along the lines of like, yeah, man, like, why do you want to like solve those specific? Like, if you woke up tomorrow and you had those solved, like, how do you think you would feel? Just so I can kind of see like how bad the issue is. And then he's going to sell himself like immediately. Like, this is a question that like you already know the answer to, but it's not for you. It's for him. Right? It's for him to realize. Because I used to do the same type of coaching. I used to literally have like a skincare and physique offer.
Yeah, your skin is so clear, man.
Didn't used to be, bro. I didn't even use moisturizer or anything this morning. It's just straight waking up. But yeah, like I had the exact same offer. So like when we get you on, like you'll be ripping it, bro. I'm very familiar with it.
What do you think of what I just said?
Yeah, if you woke up tomorrow without having, how do you feel? Just like, yeah, I would do that. I think that's fine. Do you feel like you talk in your DMs how you talk in real life?
In a way, don't. I don't.
You definitely got to, bro. Like, I definitely talk in my DMs like exactly how I talk in real life. And like, you need to, because that's where you build the connection. People should feel like you're literally talking to them. Like, they should genuinely feel like you're talking to them. So I would work on that. Like, take your messages and make them less like professional. Because in reality, like, you're having a conversation. Yeah.
I don't know why I left or the
know.
meeting went off.
It like glitched. Let me remove it from the call.
Okay, I'm back.
But like, you should be talking how you do in real life. Like, whenever I have a message, I'm like, okay, this is what the message should be. Like, this is like the textbook. Now, how can I make it way more casual? And like, because it's a conversation, right? It should feel like they're talking to you. This isn't like some business meeting. Even that, business meetings aren't actually like all professional. You know what I mean? So, like, make it more human, like make it more natural. I feel like that might be a big thing too, because it's so professional sounding. People feel like they're on the edge of their seat, like you're going to pitch the whole time. And
yeah.
like,
The thing
Continue. Sorry.
Another issue I've had is the times where I'm like truly myself. I kind of like ignore the script. I'm not gonna really care much, and I just like answer like just
Yeah.
casual, like just going on a conversation as if they were my friend. But in a way, this kind of drops my authority, and they kind of I spend days like speaking to them. Even they delete Instagram, and I get them on on WhatsApp, and I'm texting them there as like an exception. And eventually, I get them on a call, and I kind of close them because they now see me as a friend, and they're like, I don't want to stop talking with this guy. Like he's the only person that gets me. And in a way, that kind of isn't what I want because I'm not really being a coach. I'm being more a friend. And in the long term, it can lead to clients dropping off. It's not good.
Yeah, I think it's definitely you have to be careful with that. Like your content should do good enough of a job where people feel like they do know you and they've talked to you before you ever become a client. Like that's the biggest thing is like you need to be extremely authentic in your content, and you might be running into the problem where it's too like value,
Yeah.
where people don't feel like they know you until they're in the DMs. And that could be a problem for you. That could be a problem for sure because you can't give everyone all of the time in the world, right? And like, for example, the guy that just joined the program, like he saw the content like 2 days ago and he just closed yesterday. Like he was on the call and he's like, yeah, man, like I feel like I just know you. Like I've been just watching all your YouTube videos. And that's something that happens like every time we have a call because like I'm my like true authentic self in all my videos. So even in the valuable videos, I'm still myself, right? And I'm not just giving like step by step. I'm teaching out of like experience. I'm teaching like out of like storytelling, and I'm teaching them not just like this. And yeah, some videos I do, but not all of them, right? You need to have some videos that are like really for building connection because like that's how you get people where that's like infinitely scalable. If you can like have 100 people feel like they really know you versus only one because it's in the DMs, like which one would you rather have? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's like high leverage right there.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I would like I would stop thinking about like the high leverage, low leverage right now because you just don't have the luxury of doing that. Like when you're trying to focus on the high leverage tasks, that just means that the low leverage tasks aren't getting the attention that they do need. And right now, like you need that just to survive, right? You need that just to make the money. So
Yeah.
until you're at the point where you can not be focusing like a majority of your time on it, like right now, DMs is your highest leverage activity. Like even though it's like technically not scalable, like whatever is going to make the biggest change in your business is the highest leverage thing that you can do. And that right now would be getting better at DMs.
It's true, yeah. And with that, like also getting the best like reels for the inbound to come in. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think because like your content is like good enough where you should be making like you should be making like minimum 5-10K a month right now. You know what I mean? So like especially when we get it like dialed. Let me look at it real quick actually as well. Yeah, because like you get like a decent amount of views on your videos. You'll have videos like pop off every once in a while.
yeah.
And
Cause I've
people comment.
Cause I like my first client, bro. I just reached out to a new follower, as you mentioned. Like one guy, just like I reached out. I asked him, what's making you want to change now? I just asked it, and I could tell instantly he's full of pain. So I kept talking with him for like 2 weeks, just dropping value, booked the call, and easy 1K because that was the price I dropped. But and then I had a month where I closed 4 clients. That was my highest month. 4 clients in 1 month, but they were all 250. And the reason why they were 250 was because I dropped the price 1K, and they were like full of objections, and some didn't have the money because they were like young, and I just dropped out. Let's do payments with 250, just like that. I closed four for 250, but then like the next month, two of them they got all the information needed. They saw good results. They just dropped off. They just left. It's kind of like these, let's say, lack of standards, lack of authority that I was facing. Now I'm like, screw it. I'm only gonna go for beefs, like high ticket. None of these, 250 bullshit.
Yeah. The taking like low payments can really hurt you. Like especially if like it's in the hundreds, bro. I would say like you should never be taking under 1,000 for a payment ever. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's terrible.
yeah, bro, it
The
is.
people you get, it's terrible.
I think it's not fair for the clients who do PIF, and that's the biggest thing. Like you can also say on the call, like be like 100% like you don't have that. We don't take anything under 1,000 for payment because it isn't fair for the people who do pay in full, and that's what gets them to really realize it. And like truly, like $1,000 is never too much money for someone. Like, because you have to think about like how valuable is this problem for them to solve? Is it worth figuring out a way to get $1,000? If it's not, then like they're not gonna like. It's just not. You didn't make enough of a priority.
Yeah, it's true. But at the same time, this is definitely, I believe, a sales issue of handling objections. Because I've had dudes where I was on a sales call for 3 hours. That's also an issue, like being on the sales call for a lot of time.
Fully.
Man, because I believe it's that rule. Maybe this is a limiting belief, but that rule of they have to watch 8 hours of your content. So if I booked in like in a short period, they haven't watched many YouTube, then I gotta compensate on the sales call on the DMs.
So
That's
the
so
thing
this
is,
mismatchment here.
with that number of like the 7 or 8 hours, that's like maximum. It's basically saying like when someone watches 7 to 8 hours, like that's at the point they should basically like 100% piff you with no objections. They don't need to watch that, and you shouldn't want them to. You should be speeding up the process. So if you're feeling like you need to compensate in the sales call, like you're not doing a good enough job in the DMs, and it might be your sales abilities just aren't good enough. Because a lot of the time people think that their sales abilities like are good enough, but I don't know the last time I had a call go that long. And the big thing too is like I never get objections. Like I rarely get objections ever. I just went through a call recording with one of my clients where he was doing a sales call and he's like, bro, this guy just had no money. Like that's it. He just had no money. And we rewatched it. And after I kind of explained to him how he should have done it properly, he was like, yeah, there's no reason this guy shouldn't have closed. So there's these slight tweaks where like sales, like these little slight tweaks do a lot, not just in sales calls, but in DMs. In your DMs, that is a sales call too. Like that is also a sale. In your content, that is a sale as well. It's all part of the same process. So getting better at the DMs will make you a lot better at the actual sales calls. Getting better at the DMs will also see what objections you're handling, and then you can solve those in the content. And that is how you do it.
Yeah. So this last call I had, the guy was like such deep pain. We went so deep, and it's crazy to the point of like us connecting, problems like this realization, brain fog, acne. We connected all together, and he could be driving and having those issues and just die there. We went that deep because it almost happened in his situation. And then once I dropped the price, the dude just started making all the excuses in the world, saying, "Man, I can do this on my own," and I had to just lower the price like crazy. I said, "Bro, we do $100 for the video courses. That's it." and I closed for $100, and that's terrible.
The thing, I've never lowered a price before for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you do that, the problem with that is that you subconsciously are okay with that price. I know my program is like worth the amount it's worth every time I raise the price. And my clients do the same thing. Like, you should never be lowering the price, even if it means that you do lose out on a sale. Because as soon as you do that subconsciously, you now know, or you now are okay with it or accept the fact that it's worth less. Even if you give them less stuff. You know what I mean? I've never done where I give them less stuff for a lower price. I've never done a discount of any type. I've never done even like a deal where it's like, oh,
So,
for the next 5 people. You should only ever do price raises and upsells.
so you don't have a down sale?
No. I do not have a downsell.
Okay. I believe in my situation, a down sale is like necessary because let's say some teenager really only has $100. I'm totally fine with you just have the courses for that. Like the high ticket, that's with one-on-one calls, like personalized protocols to them. And like if a kid just has $100, I don't want him to struggle with acne. So yeah, I can give him the courses.
I would say like there are some situations that you can have a downsell. But it's like you also have to be like wary of like, are you giving them a downsell because you're compensating for sales abilities, or because like the downsell is better for them? Because it shouldn't be which one they can afford. It should be which one is actually better for them. The price is just like the thing that they have to deal with. Like a price is just the number on it. But in reality, it's like which one is actually going to get them, like which one is a better fit for them. And that's the one you should be selling. And if the downsell is not a better fit for them, and you're not 100% confident it will actually get them the best results, then why even offer it? You know what I mean? Because at that point, like, then you're just going to offer it whenever you can't close a deal. And that's why I've never relied on a downsell, because it's just the psychological fact of it. Like, if I have a downsell, now I know, oh, well, now I can always just go back. You know what I mean? So that's why I've never lowered price, never done downsell, never anything, only upsells. And like, same thing with all my clients. None of them have downsells. Especially like with the point that you're at, like the downsell, like that's why instead of downsells, I'll run these like free value calls, because then they're still getting value, but like it's just no charge. You know what I mean? It's just no charge. It's either no charge or the full program. And like, that's kind of just like, you can definitely use them, but I'd say until you're at like, bro, literally like 50K a month or more, you should only have one set program, one price, one offer, one person you help. Because like, that's what makes it consistent. And that's the only way you can really get your sales abilities locked in. You can really get anything. Like, I made 10K my first month fitness coaching, like solely due to the fact that like I stuck to one price, one person, like one offer, and I just said the price. It was 7.5K, bro. I'm just like, yeah, so everything went through 7.5K. Like, that's it, bro. And if you actually have a good offer, like, they're gonna, and they believe in it, like, they're gonna make whatever price work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Also, like,
Yeah.
do you have any like financing? Because like for me, for my program, like we have like insane financing set up where like we just got on a guy yesterday where I think we took like 2K down, but he only had to pay like 200 or something. Because we have like financing set up where he's like, the payment processors just take all the risk. So that's what we do sometimes. Like if people like really want to join, but they're like, I genuinely have $200, we can literally get them in for $200. But we're not taking only $200. We just have such good financing that they're able to just pay it back over like an insane amount of time.
Yeah. You use Klarna?
I have a ton of different ones that we use. Klarna is one of them. We have Affirm. We're getting stuff with fan bases, which they have split it and other stuff like that. But fan bases, you have to making 30K a month minimum, or they won't even take you on. Yeah, I have a ton. But like that's why, like, in your situation, like where you're at the point where you, like, you don't have a ton of money, that's the same situation we were in with the last guy that we had on. He literally had, I think, $200 and we still got him on, and now he's already making progress. Like, he joined like 2 days ago. So, like, at the same point, you need like that, and we can get you on the program, which I think like that's like a big thing now that you could never do in the past.
Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, $200, I believe. I currently don't have it, but definitely I will have it, man. Like at the end of this month, I will definitely have $200 to get started here.
Yeah, I'd say like, obviously the more the merrier, because then we can get more out of the way. But what I would say is just make as much as you can, just save it all, and as soon as you have, I'd say like, just so that you're like not in an uncomfortable position, I'd say save up like at least 1,000. If you save up at least 1,000, especially if you get the DMs locked in, that's like one PIF now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Save up at least 1,000. That way we can like 100% like get you on something. Like if anything else happens, like the more the merrier, just so you're not in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Like if price is the only issue, like we can get that handled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. In terms of doing upsells, so I closed a guy for 6 months on August, so it's almost ending, pretty much. And to be honest, I kind of feel like my fulfillment wasn't the best, and that's why I'm really like diving in this week on my program. But he got the clear skin, like he no longer has acne, so that's good. He now has some scars still. That's something I can definitely help him with. And in terms of lust, he's still falling into like relapsing and like issues. Maybe in the gym he wants to progress more and stuff like that. How would you go about upselling here?
So for an upsell should happen like midway through the program, because if you do it at the end, like upsell should happen at the greatest point of pain, like when they are the absolute like, oh, I'm just not seeing progress, I'm not doing this, but I know the program is like good, I'm just not seeing it. That's when you should be doing an upsell, because now you're giving them the new level of fulfillment. Now you can definitely upsell at the end, but like what I would basically do is go to them and be like, hey man, like we've done great progress together, but like as we both know, you're looking to do more, and like you can do a lot better, and I want to help you do that. I just put together like a new like extended version that basically focuses on like, and then just say what he's focusing on, focuses on like progressing people even further in the gym, kind of dealing with like the scars, everything like that. So then after people do clear up their skin, kind of the issues that they're dealing with afterwards, it solves those to keep them progressing, keep them like really living the kind of the best life they can. But like I think it would be really good for you. Let's book a call and we can walk through it. Would that be something you're interested in? And that's kind of how I do it.
And you think they're gonna have? How should I price drop that? Should I just do a normal sales call?
Yeah, why not? Like you can just walk through and be like, yeah, so like through the program, like right now, what even like had you interested in the upsell of kind of getting like these things solved, and just walk through the same thing. Like obviously it can be more casual. You're still a client, but you can walk through and be like, yeah, like what do you feel like hasn't been solved like in this program, or that like or you feel will be like solved in the next, and then just walking through the same thing. Like don't overcomplicate it.
Okay, that's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're like 20 minutes over our time, but that's fine. I don't have a call after this until like I have a call in 30 minutes. But you have anything else for me, man? Did you get lots of questions answered?
Yeah, I'll definitely have to rewatch and kind of take more notes on what we talk.
100%.
But I'm just thinking, in terms of something I really like about you, and on the call you really showed is, let's say this high testosterone, like high standard. I'm not gonna just price drop my goddamn price. like drop the price, and that really makes sense. I believe that's something I was definitely lacking, like this, let's say, a lack of standards here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say in the DMs, you understand they're not qualified financially. Let's say they have only $500 or 300. Would you still get them on a call there, or you kind of think, not gonna, it's not gonna be a high ticket. Gotta be on the standards of like beef high ticket.
I mean, I think it depends. Like, if it all depends on the thing too, because like I have like financing, so I can do that. I think like, but because I know the total amount I'll get out. If you're on a call and someone like truly like is unqualified, you're just wasting your time getting on a call with them. So I wouldn't. Because like, what's the best that can happen? You sign them for a low amount and they don't get results because they drop off. You know what I mean? That's like best case scenario. You make $250 and lose a client. So I wouldn't. Because you can always in the future.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
Perfect. Well, yeah. I mean, we covered a lot in this. I don't want to give it like too much where you're like not sure what to focus on, but I'll send you the call recording so you can walk through that. I think that will be big. And then like really focus on like the DMs and locking in some calls, because as soon as we get you like some closes, we can get you scaling up for real. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, for sure, man.
I gotta put a goal of, let's say, like 10 calls a week
10 calls a week.
and
Yeah,
just
that'd
stick
be
with
just
it.
over one a day.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Are you booking right now? Like, how many are you booking right now? Like a week?
Yeah, so like this past month I've booked 0 this
Oh,
month.
yeah.
So that's not good. And the reason why I kind of like stopped forcing it is because I'm like tired of hopping on calls, and the prospect then doesn't, like,
Mm-hmm.
they're full of objections and doesn't close, and just like wasted time. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm gonna focus on high leverage YouTube, because I literally got a cold book
Right.
from YouTube, easy peef, and just no bullshit, no objections, just, you know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, I would say like the DMs are going to be the biggest thing that makes the quickest change for you. And that's kind of what you're needing right now. So, because like I'm sure you saw right there, you probably lost a few sales. Like, but now going on, like one, you could probably revive those, but two, like every new conversation you're going to have is going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be the biggest thing you can do. And like I said, I'll send you this recording so you can go back through it as well.
Yeah.
I don't really got anything else for you, man.
Yeah, I think we covered what can get me to 10K, like, genuinely. Because if
Mm-hmm.
I closed 4 clients in a month for 250, imagine if they were for 2,500, that would have been 10K.
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
literally have everything it takes, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just gotta get the actual like everything locked in properly. But that'll be done ASAP. So just focus on really getting those calls booked in, close some clients, and then we'll get everything locked in for you. Okay.
Yeah, for sure, man.
All right, man. Sick. Well, I hope you have an amazing day. I'll send you the link as soon as it's like done processing the whole call, and go get some calls booked. Go
All
close
right,
some calls.
man.
All right.
See ya.
All right. Later, man.
Thank you.